Namaste and welcome. My name is Ritika Chainani.
And I'm Dr. Kishore Chainani.
Today we are exploring, can one person transform a marriage all by himself or herself?
This question is often asked by a lot of people who come to us. Why? Because the other person is just simply refusing to participate in any kind of process to help the marriage.
You entered this marriage with a lot of expectations, but the reality is something else. You've tried everything, but nothing seems to change.
So your spouse is saying, I don't have a problem. You are the one who's the problem and you need help. And that is where you feel stuck.
Now the question is, can one person save a marriage? So then my answer is yes, of course, one person alone can transform the shape of the marriage.
But if your focus is on your spouse, they should not say this, they should also take responsibility, they should not do this or should do this, then the focus needs to change and everything will change. And in this video, we will show you how.
You don't have to wait for your spouse to begin for change.
And when your response to how they behave starts to change, the energy shifts and everything begins to change. And we'll show you how.
A marriage is not just two people living together. Two people living together are roommates. A marriage is a relationship system. Your spouse says something, you give it a particular meaning. That meaning creates an emotion. That emotion produces a reaction in you, and your reaction triggers another reaction in the other person. Their reaction confirms what you already believe. So, my dear friends, if you believe that my partner does not understand me, that limiting belief turns out to be true every time. And this is a cycle which keeps repeating itself again and again and again.
Let's understand this with an example. Suppose your spouse comes late at home and is not answering your call, not responding to your messages. Your mind creates this meaning that I am not important. And somehow your value system, if for example, also says that I have to feel special, I have to feel important, and that's what has been there maybe from childhood, then you will get triggered and you will react. How does the reaction look like? आप तो मेरी परवाही नहीं करते, आपको मेरी चिंता ही नहीं है, आई एम नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर यू, आपका काम ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, आपके दोस्त ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है. एंड देन योर स्पाउस विल ऑल्सो रिएक्ट. दे विल से, अरे तुम्हें समझ नहीं आता क्या मैं कितना बिजी रहता हूँ, मैं ही जानता हूँ मेरी सिचुएशन, तुम नहीं समझोगे. And his blame becomes you will never understand. So this is the cycle that keeps repeating until and unless one person decides to understand this pattern and break it.
So, we need to enhance our awareness in the relationship. We need to be aware of where is my focus. If my focus is on the other person, then the loop will remain repeating itself. If the focus is on the value, what is the value which is not being met of the other person, then something might begin to shift.
So if my focus is my partner will never understand me, that is what my brain will always show me. It will show me proof and reasons why I should continue to believe that my partner will never understand me. Whereas if the value system is understanding or there is a need for connection and your focus is on the value system, the brain starts to look for proof on how there is understanding and how there is a connection. And the problem today is also the social media. For example, if you keep seeing reels of how your spouse may be narcissistic, now your brain is getting conditioned to look for reasons why your spouse is narcissistic. And this belief system acts like a lens with which you are viewing your spouse, and you will find proof that he is narcissistic. In fact, if you use the same lens on yourself, you will find proof that you are also narcissistic. So, the important thing is which lens do you want to look at everything from?
For one person, the value might be connection, consideration, reassurance, or importance.
And similarly, for the other person, the value system might be very different. He wants more freedom, or trust, or respect, or autonomy.
From the outside, the behavior might be argument, fighting, but what is driving that argument is unmet values. One of the values which is very, very important for one person is not being met. So that is why the behavior is coming from.
So, to understand not just the behavior, but to go deeper and understand the value system from where your patterns or triggers might be coming from is the real solution.
You cannot directly change your spouse's behavior, their personality, their values, their willingness, their choices, or their behavior.
But what you can really change is the meaning that is going on in your mind, which is where you have the power to change it. Or your triggers. You can change the triggers, you can change the speed of the trigger, or your communication, or your response to anger, withdrawal, etc., by responding very differently from the way you currently respond. And you can set your own emotional boundaries and your way of being, your energy that you bring to the relationship.
You must become aware of what is triggering you. What is your value which is not being met? What is the value of the other person which is so important for the other person?
Maybe also the fears lying beneath your reactions like anger. And what is the new proactive behavior you will adopt or create, and how to practice that? Only then everything starts to shift.
Now you might think, मैं ही क्यों करूं? सारा काम मैं ही क्यों करूं? But responsibility is not burden, it's not blame.
Responsibility keeps shifting. Sometimes you blame the other person, sometimes you blame yourself. And actually, it's not about tolerating betrayal, breaking of trust, disrespect, or being silent about harmful behavior, or accepting violence, or carrying the whole burden of the marriage alone.
Responsibility is the ability to respond consciously in the marriage. Being more conscious, being more aware.
Of how you react or whether you choose your response to whatever is happening around you. And that is what response ability really means.
If this resonates with you, then book a one-to-one with us.
Maybe you've tried everything, even counseling or therapy, and still you haven't found the result that you were really wanting. Then this may be for you. We will understand your pains and challenges and accordingly guide you further.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this. And if you really like this, do click the bell button and do subscribe to our channel.